Alright, this is our last section, part 4 of 4. So this is your section 1. I'm doing question number 31 till question number 38. So let's start working on these problems. Question number 31, it says Lynn has $8 to spend on apples and oranges. Apple costs 65 cents each and orange costs 75 cents each. If there is no tax on this purchase and she buys 5 apples, what is the maximum number of whole oranges can she buy? First of all, let's assume that X represents your apple. So I will be using X for apples and I will be using Y for oranges. So, and it says, okay, total is $8. So what will happen is we'll get an inequality in the form of 0.65x plus 0.75y. All right, and it will be or less than equal to $8. Now, along with this, what is given in this question is they have given us young lady Lynn, she purchases how many? 5 apples. So what I will do is I will replace this x by 5. So it will be your 0.65 and this will be your 5 plus 0.75y less than equal to 8. So I will solve this. When I solve this, I will end up with 0.75y less than equal to 4.75. This means, you know, I skipped some steps. I multiplied these two numbers, then I subtracted from both the sides. I ended up with this, and after solving I will be ending up with my value of y less than equal to 6.33. Now, so what it is telling me is, it says what is the maximum number of oranges can she buy. So she can buy maximum number of oranges will be what? It will be yours 6. So this will be your maximum number of oranges.
Teachers, if you came through the front this morning, we have found a small bottle of eye drop.
Sorry for the interruption. Okay, so the maximum number of maximum number of oranges can she buy is what? It will be 6. So 6 is the answer for question number 31. Question number 32 is kind of very easy. It says in the triangle above A is equal to 34, what is the value of B plus C? As you all know, according to the triangle sum theorem, the sum of the measures of the three angles, this means A plus B plus C, should be equal to what? 180 degrees. In this case, we have been given the value of A as 34, so I will replace A by 34 and I will keep it like this. So what will happen is I have to subtract 34 from both the sides. I will cancel this and I will be left with what? The value of B. The value of B will be what? 146 degrees. That will be my answer for this question. If the mean of the five numbers above is 1600, what is the value of x? So first thing which comes in our mind is what is the definition of mean? Mean is also known as average. It is sum of all the numbers in the list, and then you divide how many numbers are over here. So what will happen? I'll write it over here. Mean is equal to 700 plus 1200 plus 1600 plus 2000 plus x. Okay, and how many total they are? They are 5. And if you will see, they have already given me the value of mean. So what I will do is I will erase this and I will replace this by what? I will replace this by 1600. So this will be my 1600 over here. Okay, so after this, what I will do is I will cross multiply over here. So I will be left over 8000 on this side, 5 times 1600, and on my right side I will be having 5500 plus x. I do not advise you to write all this. You can do everything in your calculator. It will save lots of your time and you can utilize this time for other problems also, which are difficult ones. So the value of x is 2500. That is the answer for this question. Question number 34. The relationship between x and y can be written as y is equal to mx. So we have been given equation y is equal to m of mx, where m is a constant. If y is 17 and x is a, what is the value of y when x equal to 2a? So I need to find this value of y. So I will draw a box around it and I will work with the rest of the information which is given to me. First of all, I will substitute this y over 17. That's 17 over here. M is since it's a constant, and the value of x is a. So I ended up with this answer over here. Now they say x is equal to 2a. So what I can do is I can find the value of a from here. It will be 17 over m. Now it says x is equal to 2a, so I just put 2 times a. The value of a is this, so I will end up like this, 17 over m over here. So which will give me what? Which will give me the value of x as what? X will be what? 2 times 17 is 34. It will be 34 over m. Now I will go back and check what the question is asking from me. Question is asking find the value of y. So now y is what? Y is equal to m times x. So what I can do is I can substitute the value of x in this. Okay, so let me do it. It was your y is equal to m times x. X is what? 34 over m. So this and this will be cancelled out, and the value of y will be what? 34, and which the question is asking from us what is the value of y, and we got the value of y as 34. That's the answer. In the equations above, a and b are constants. If the equation has infinitely many solutions for x, what is the value of b? First of all, let's talk about infinitely many solution. What does it mean? Okay, so it means that if this equation is having infinitely many solution, then a times x, I'll right away I'm using distributive property of multiplication, a times x plus ab, okay, should be equal to 4x plus 10. Okay, so this means what? This means it must be true for all values of x. So this will be what? Ax is equal to 4x, and what it gives us, ab is equal to 10. So we equated both of them. So from this part I will be ending up with the value of a as 10, because x and x will be cancelled out. Now what I can do is I can substitute the value of a4 over here. It will be 4b is equal to 10. I will divide both the sides by b, which will give me the value of a as 5 over 2 or 2.5. So my answer is 5 over 2. My answer is also 2.5 for this question over here. And if you read the question over, it says what is the value of b? So we got the value of b over here. In the xy plane, a line that has the equation y equal to c for some constant c intersects a parabola at exactly one point. So at exactly one point, if the parabola has the equation of this, what is the value of c? So important part to note over here is they are using the word intersects over here. Okay, this is intersects over here. They are saying in an xy plane, a line that has equation of y equal to c for some constant intersects parabola exactly one point. Okay, so I have given you some basic information over here. If a line intersects a parabola at a point, the coordinates of the intersection point must satisfy the equation of line and the equation of parabola. So in this case, if you will see over here, I will draw two sections because I have to do some math over here. So equation of line is this, equation of parabola is this, and when the word satisfies comes over here, what you do is you will plug in the value of y, which is over here in this equation. So this y will be replaced by c, so I will be left over with like this, c is equal to negative x square plus 5x over here. All right, so what I did over here is after this I simplified this. This means how I'll simplify, I will subtract c from both the sides. When I subtract c from both the sides, this will be 0. It will look like it will look like this to me in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. That is a standard form of equation of a quadratic equation. Or I can also write it like this, negative x square plus 5x plus c. So I got one equation over here, and I have to write over here equal to 0. So I got one equation over here. Now what happens after this is, okay, the solution to this quadratic equation, when we will solve this quadratic equation, you will get what? You will get the value of x over here, or you will get the x coordinate of the point of intersection. So what, and it has been given to us that the line and the parabola intersect exactly at what? Exactly at one point over here. So when it says exactly at one point, then this means our standard equation of line ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is a standard form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx square bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, what if you remember this, you would have learned it gives you exactly one solution when the discriminant of this equation is equal to what? 0. Alright, so now when I will be comparing these two equations, so this means what I will do is I will find this discriminant. Okay, so if I will compare this, the value of A is -1, value of B is 5, and value of C is what? It just is C over here. So I will plug in these values in my formula over here. So it will be my 5 square minus 4, this is my 1, and this is my C equal to 0. Now as you can see, it becomes quite easy for you. You just have to solve this and you will end up with the value of what? You will end up with the value of C. So my C will be equal to what? -25. Okay, so it will be, I think I messed up somewhere. It was a -1 over here. All right, so okay, I was able to find one of my error over here. This place, it should be a negative sign over here, because what I'm doing, I'm subtracting C from both the sides. So this gets cancelled out, but this will be a negative C over here. So instead of a plus, what it will be a negative C over here, and this will be a negative C over here. I apologize for this. Okay, so this is my negative C over here. So when I do this, this will be what? This will be a minus sign over here. 25 but negative C. So C will be equal to what? Let me write all the steps. It will give you like this: -4C is equal to -25, which in plus C is what? 25 over 4, and this is the answer for this question. Because if you see, the question says what is the value of C, and that's my value of C. C is equal to what? 25 over 4. Question number 37 and 38 refer to the following information. The peregrine falcon can reach speeds of up to 200 miles per hour while driving to catch prey, making it the fastest animal on the planet when in a dive. What is peregrine falcon's maximum speed while diving to catch prey in feet per second? So they want us to change basically miles per hour to feet per second. Okay, so I'll write over here 200 miles per hour. All right, this is miles, and it is your 1 hour over here. Now, how you will solve this? They have given us in 1 mile, how many feet are there? 5,280. So I'll write over here 5,200. Now keep in mind, this miles changed to what? It's changed to the word feet. And the denominator it says 1 hour, and we have to change it to what? Second. In 1 hour there are 60 minutes, and in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. So I will need all this information, and this changes to what? Second. So in 1 hour, how many seconds are there? 3,600 seconds. So you can type this in your calculator, and it will give you the final answer is what? 293 feet per second. That was the answer for this question over here. Question number 38. If a peregrine falcon dove at its maximum speed for half a mile to catch prey, how many seconds will the dive take? Now, if you remember in the question, the speed was 200 miles per hour. All right, so what I can write, I can set up a proportion over here. So this will be my 200 miles per hour. All right, now, and the question says what? Speed for half a mile, so it will be your 0.5 miles. Okay, and I will make this as what? I will make this as x hours over here. So let's try to solve this. When I will solve this, cross multiply, it is my 1 over here. So it will be my x is equal to let's do the math over here. So 200 divided by this. So let's check it. So on dividing, I ended up with my value of x as what? 1 over 400. It was in my calculator over here, 1 over 400. Now do keep in mind, it is what? It is yours miles per hour. Okay, so what I need to do is, since it's this, now I have to change it to in seconds. So what I will do is I will multiply this number by what? 3,600 seconds. So when I do this, my answer is what? My answer is what? 9 seconds over here. So this is my answer for this question over here. Okay, so this was x hours. I'm sorry, this was okay. Here you go. So this is my X over here. So it gave me the value, and I can multiply this to change it to 7. That's my answer.